Welcome to My New Day. I am so thankful that Dr. Doug Weiss is with us today, and we are talking about helping her heal, which is really, Bob, focused on how do women get through the process after they have been betrayed or infidelity has happened. And this is a subject that is so important right now.
Yesterday's program, I thought, was extremely helpful for both persons involved. The series that we are featuring is Helping Her Heal, and yesterday we spoke about, just understanding. So many of us, we just don't get, what we've involved ourselves with. When we've involved ourselves, with sin, we're not fully aware of the consequences and the pain.
And the collateral damage,
yesterday Doug talked about, the Uzi machine gun and the shooting, and that person's been shot and wounded. Meanwhile, the only pain we have is, our finger, and we don't get the dynamics and how, near to death they feel. I mean, it is a death blow. And so to begin to understand, each other's pain, and the whole thing is that they're dramatically different from each other.
Yes.
But when you begin, at that place, then we can begin the healing process.
Yeah, and the other thing we talked about is just what a woman goes through with her feelings and what her needs are, and just helping a guy understand what a girl needs in her moment of pain. So we have the doctor here. We have the guy who knows about this and has helped thousands of people over the years, and we want to welcome you to today's program.
Well, it's good to be here again.
I think experience is the best teacher, isn't it?
Well, it's very helpful to have that. I think over long term, it's called wisdom.
Yes.
You learn how to do fishing if you've done it for 25 years. You learn how to help people heal if you've been doing it for 25 years. You learn how to do whatever you're doing over time. And I've listened to women's pain for over 25 years, and to the men who've done a lot of the things, and sometimes it's the woman who does the thing. But there is some really known processes that can be really helpful, and really applied wisdom is really helpful in time of crisis. That's when you need wisdom the most.
It is.
And so, just what's the process with her?
And are there seasons? We have to start somewhere, and as you say, can we expect to have certain things when a woman finds out that her husband has been involved in pornography, or maybe he's even involved with another woman? Or?
Well, once we get the truth, we talked about that in the last show. Once you get the truth, okay, that's at the beginning. But then, once the truth is known, there's this grief process that every person's going to go through, and it's going to go differently for every person. You're looking at probably a good year, as far as going through the thing. And that's if everything's going well, and we're not reoffending, and we're not telling other secrets that have happened and stuff like that on a clear case there. But the grief process is, first there's going to be shock. I mean, you didn't.
Right.
You're kidding.
Right.
This isn't happening to me.
Huge shock. This is not what I signed up for.
And the trauma that she's trying to manage right now, or him, is, okay, I live in this nice little Christian world, and now you're taking it and you're making it this monster world, and you're telling me I'm living with it. I mean, so the pain and the vibration of that pain is so intense for her spirit or soul. I've seen women and men convulse, literally get in the fetal position and start to weep and cry.
Right.
The shock was it was like a lightning bolt from the top of their heads all the way down to their toes. They didn't know what to do with the energy, and they just balled up. And so this is not a little deal.
No.
So this is trauma, whether you feel it in the fetal position or you're standing there and trying to take it like a girl, take it like a woman and try to be present while he's telling you and stuff like that. But the shock's real, okay, and that trauma is real. That's the first phase, and that can last minutes or hours. The second would be kind of denial. No, this isn't really happening, or you're not telling me, it was really her fault, she seduced you, and kind of denying his role in the behavior, or denying, other factors that are going on. Denial that doesn't usually take too long to get out of, because once women find out her husband is cheated or he's been in pornography, it kind of, okay, you're doing it. But sometimes there's a whole season of denying what's true, or denying the factors that led up to what's true. You weren't really sexually abused. That's just an excuse. You don't really have a sex addiction. You're just lying. Okay. Yeah. So could be, could not be. You might get out more now. But then the next...
In the denial as well, I find that sometimes the person's able to begin to connect dots. They begin to recognize, oh, now I understand what was happening.
We
Or
can
why
find
you
you
were
why we're
so
on vacation.
disengaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, these kinds of things.
Yes.
And
Puzzle pieces become to
yeah,
come together.
and they've
totally.
been living in that denial very, very possibly
Yes.
for a longer season, and the realization and then the shock of it, you know, really begins
and
to
women
hit.
tend to do that much more than men. Women tend to start taking, okay, here's this new information timeline. Now here's the timeline I was living in. Okay, so were you doing it when we were dating? What about the first few years when we were pregnant? And they go through their whole history, elementary school, junior high school, college. Okay, where were these things in time so I can start putting together my life so I'm not so much in denial about what my life really was. And was any of my life really true?
Yep.
Okay, then that moves us into the next stage, anger. Now, this is a stage that if the guy's the offender, he doesn't like the stage because he doesn't understand the stage. Okay, anger is a normal part of grief. It helps you start trying to process this painful reality so that you can accept it. But anger is really important. And most guys think that if their wife is angry at them, there's a threat to the marriage. As long as your wife is angry at you, their marriage isn't threatened at all.
That's encouraging for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, no, if you got an angry wife because you got caught in porn or you cheated, that means she still loves you. That means she's hurt by you. And she's angry because you hurt her, you betrayed her, you broke her trust, you broke the picture, whatever. But her being angry means she loves you.
Okay, good.
Okay, her being indifferent, you should be afraid of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
So if she's yelling at you and screaming and she's upset for 2 or 3 months, you ought to thank Jesus that she's still mad at you.
Wow.
Because that means she's still in the game.
She still cares.
She doesn't know how to maybe process what's going on.
Right.
But she's a little, she's chapped. And sometimes she's using her anger to try to maybe make you afraid of her or afraid that the relationship's going to end. And she's trying to use anger maybe sometimes inappropriately. But as long as she's angry, she's in the marriage. Okay?
So you're talking women who are threatening their husbands, making
Oh, totally.
ultimatums, everything that
Until you
happens.
see paper, don't worry about it.
What's that?
Until you see paper, don't worry about it.
Paper, divorce paper.
Okay,
Until you see
I
divorce
get
paper,
it.
don't worry about
I get it.
Yeah, so
Because we've seen some crazy stuff going on.
oh, I see ladies are totally out of control. Now, and I think next show we'll talk to guys how to take that angry woman and make her sane.
Okay.
Because there is a technique, it takes about 6 points, and he can actually do it. And I've seen miracles in my office.
Really?
Really crazy ladies, angry,
I'm
hurt,
taking notes.
out of control,
Yes.
and they calm down. And we'll talk about that next show.
Okay,
But
good.
in this one, so when a guy realizes when she's angry, she loves me, then he can engage the battle differently.
Yes.
Because when she's angry, he often thinks she doesn't love me, she's rejecting me, this is hopeless. No, if
Yes.
she's angry, that's a sign of hope. That means love is still
I
alive.
love
Do you know how
that.
much I loved you?
There
I
was so
was
much
one
anger.
I was in love for months.
Oh man, I was
many
so
months.
angry.
Yeah.
You
But
love me that much,
But you were
honey.
angry because you loved her.
I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's
Yes.
why. And so
Right.
when guys get that, don't be afraid of anger. Anger is your
Okay.
friend. Okay? It doesn't feel good. It's not comfortable. And I teach them how to manage that. But anger means she loves you and she's still in the game. What you need to fear, and this is not part of grief, but this is what you need to fear. Because there's the love has a continuum. And the other side of love is not anger. The other side of love is indifference.
Ah.
When I don't care about
just
you
don't
at all.
care.
Like, you could drop dead. Doesn't matter. Like, do whatever you want.
And
don't
I
care.
bet you've seen that too.
Oh, yeah. And I tell guys,
The whatever statement.
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever. When a woman moves from anger to indifference, now you are in serious trouble. Because indifference leads to the button, okay? And when a woman starts reaching for the divorce button, she becomes indifferent first. She's never angry and does it. She becomes indifferent
And
first.
we've met people that come to help us, and she has in her
She's indifferent.
privacy,
Yes.
she has already
She's
managed
gone.
her pain for so long that by the time we hear from them,
Yeah.
she's indifferent, and we feel like there's not
not
much
a lot,
we can
there's
do.
not a lot you can do. Unless,
I mean, we believe
Short
for
of
a
a
miracle,
miracle, yeah.
and we
Short of a
believe for
miracle.
that miracle.
but if you walk her through and say, this is what's happened to you, and then there's tools he can do to say, if we can give me 30, 60 days to do what I'm telling you to do, see if love comes alive
Yes,
again, great,
yes,
we can do that.
yes.
But your intuition's right. Once indifference happens, it's really hard to bring the man or the woman back into the marriage because they've already processed their way out.
Yes.
And emotionally,
And often alone.
that wall comes down, and women have what I call, it's like a wall, and once that wall comes down, it's like their husband's a stranger, some guy they met in a grocery store. They have no feelings for him whatsoever.
Isn't that
And it's
crazy?
it's over. Only God Himself can bust that thing open. Okay, so as long as she's yelling at you, thank Jesus. Yes, I hurt her. Yes, she's mad. That means she still loves me. This isn't fun. I don't like it, but we're in. Okay, so you can move forward. So that's a shock. There's denial. There's anger, And then there's bargaining. And this is where women can drive themselves totally crazy. My top's not big enough. My bottom's too big. My house isn't clean enough. My hair's the wrong color. I got gray hairs. I got a wrinkle.
Are you talking about total self-judgment?
Yeah. Well, what happens is they're trying to bargain with the pain. And so they're saying, somehow I am responsible for this pain, because if I'm responsible for it, then I can change it and I can make it not happen.
So there's
if I get rid of my wrinkles,
there's a control
then he'll never
there.
cheat on me.
Right.
Or if I get plastic surgery, he'll never look at porn.
Right.
Well, that's all crazy stuff.
Totally.
Okay. He was screwed up before you got him. You got a guy who's damaged.
Yeah.
And he acted like a damaged man. Okay, hello, he was lying to you, and that's what you got. Okay, so there's nothing inside of a woman that makes a man look at pornography or cheat, or vice versa. Okay, it's inside of them that's broken. Okay, now there may be marital factors that you need to address, but there's people with those marital factors that don't cheat.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Yes, she spends, but other women spend and their husbands don't go cheat.
Right.
Okay, yes, this happens.
Other women are overweight or whatever
or don't
that
clean
is.
the house or whatever. Yeah, so. There's nothing that this person's doing to make this other person go to look pornography or cheat. That's their own broken choices and stuff like that. But it takes a while in the bargaining process to give full responsibility to the other person, because you really don't want to see them as that dark. It's like they knew my heart was open and they did this to me.
Got
Yes, they
it.
did.
They did
yes,
that.
they did that.
They
yes,
did
they
that.
did. So grief takes you through the process of realigning that. And the bargaining, that can last for months, trying to blame the other woman, the other man, the internet, Facebook, the old girlfriend.
Their past.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Their abuse, whatever. And so you spend a lot of time trying to manage bargaining when you're going through the process of this, because it's trauma. So you're going through a process. So after that is sadness. Now, if a man or woman is hitting sadness...
Is it because you're trying to find where can I hang blame? You know, is that what it is? And trying to balance the scale of...
I think a little bit. It's about that. It's just trying to manage the pain. Like, we like to be in control. Okay, so
Right.
if I can blame this, then if I can control that, then that can't ever hurt this, and I will never
Okay.
have this pain again. So it's usually about trying to insulate
Control,
yourself
yes.
Gotcha.
from future pain.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so if we fire that person, or if we get rid of that secretary, or if you don't go to that bar, well, then my pain is managed. If you never work in an environment where there's ever women again, we're perfectly fine. Well, unless you're going to work in a quarry,
Right.
or some other place like that, you're going to be
And never visit a restaurant, grocery store, or anything else. I mean,
yeah,
it is so ridiculous.
it gets crazy,
Yeah.
right? It gets crazy. I know people. That's what they've done. They stay home.
Wow.
You know, I've had guys quit their jobs, stay home because their wives were just so trying to control the circumstances. The circumstances aren't the problem. It's the guy's heart that's the problem.
Yes.
And then, so anyway, so that's kind of the bargaining thing. The next stage is sadness.
Yes.
And every person who's experienced this kind of trauma has days, weeks, or months of sadness. It's sad that this happened to my life. This is sad that this is a story that my spouse has chosen to write. I didn't really want this ministry.
Oh.
Okay, this wasn't what I signed up for. You were
No.
supposed to be the good boy, you're a good girl. Okay, but there's a level of sadness, and you have to go through that to get to the next stage, which is acceptance. Yes, this very painful, bad, ugly, nightmare thing has happened to me straight up.
I'm married to this.
Yeah, and now I have a choice, and I'm going to make this choice, and this is a choice I can live with and move forward with it. It doesn't minimize the pain, doesn't minimize the person's responsibility.
It doesn't condone the other person.
It doesn't condone it whatsoever. But what it does is it just takes the facts and accepts them for what they are, instead of trying to manage them emotionally, which is what grief allows us to do. Because sometimes this trauma would kill somebody if they didn't have a grief process to go through. It's a lot of pain to kind of digest, and it helps to have those weeks, months, and sometimes up to a year to go through the grief process. And then one of the things in the tape that I really talk about with the guys or the offending person is don't rush it. Their discomfort makes you uncomfortable, but you caused it.
Right.
So if she's crying 3 months later because of what you did, don't tell her to get over it.
Ah.
Okay, come alongside her and understand you caused that pain. Instead of saying, hurry up, honey, why are we still talking about this? It's been 6 months now.
Yes.
Right, but it's been going on for 16 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I just found out about it 6 months ago, and I'm trying to process who you are. I don't know you. What is going on? Like, I'm trying to process the darker side of what you brought into our marriage, and just try to honor that they're being heroes to try to process this stuff. I mean, they could just bailed, but they didn't. They're like, I'm going through the pain, I'm going through the trauma, I'm feeling it, and I'm trying to live my life, change diapers, take the kids to school, do homework, get food on the table, clean up the food on the table. I'm trying to do life alongside of this stuff.
So, Dr. Doug, do you, this is a bit of a challenge for me, because I see women going through this process, and I personally, I'm just going to tell you, I get a little impatient with this a little bit because I feel like they're prolonging the pain. But you're saying the grief is so big that it almost has to be carried over a season.
A season. Yeah, it's a season. I mean, it's very few people that go, okay, you cheated on me. What do you want for lunch?
Yeah. No, and because they do care. No. I get that. It's because they do.
I mean, if that's going on,
well, that's more like indifference.
There's a mental disorder.
Yes, seriously. Yeah. But I'm just saying that I want someone to get free from pain so much. I'm saying the sooner you get through that part, the sooner we get to the next place.
There are things that they can do, like in the anger thing. If we got time, they can do the anger work. We call cleansing a temple.
Yeah.
They write an anger letter to the offending person. Okay. They get some kind of padded bat or racket and use a mattress. They warm up a little bit. They read that letter out loud and they go totally ballistic. And they let that rage and that pain and that hate out.
Right.
And it just pukes out. And it's kind of like taking a three-dimensional razor and lacerating a wound and letting that pus out. And they heal.
Surgery.
I mean, that's Monday in my office every week.
Yes.
I'm letting ladies go crazy on my little baton thing I got in my office, and it's awesome. They come out sane.
Wow.
Because all that energy is stuck in there. Yes, it's a release, and it'll have them take that grief process quicker.
Yes, and I had grief locked inside of me because of self-hatred, of unforgiveness towards myself.
Of yourself when you participate in behavior like that.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. So I'm just saying I know what it feels like to let that go.
Absolutely.
And it does feel like you're leaving a prison. It really does.
It really does.
Okay, so we're helping a woman get through sadness and this grief season, and then you said it comes to acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance is kind of a place where you really do take it for face value. Yes, you did X, Y, and Z. Yes, this is inappropriate, I'm not condoning it, and you're deciding to stay or whatever your choices are. And you're moving forward in full knowledge of what's happening without the
pain, punishment, blame.
Well, more the punishment. You still might have a little bit of pain, but you're not trying to punish, you're not trying to be manipulative, you're not using it to be morally superior for the rest of your marriage.
Okay.
You're not going to put the person in a doghouse for 30 years. They don't owe you. Okay. This is straight up what happened. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing to get well and healed and all that kind of stuff. And we're walking forward together.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing when that happens.
And it can happen, and it happens a lot in our office. We see it all the time. But it's a team effort. Okay, yes, he needs to do his part of healing and recovery and stuff like that. And she does too. And like I had this lady in my office, again, she was a really good, strong Christian woman, no trauma, no abuse, perfectly good family growing up, doesn't make bad choices in her life. And she's like, Dr. Weiss, I don't really totally fit. I go, I know, because you really have a strong soul. And this is your first trauma. Those other ladies have been traumatized, abused, abandoned, they got all kinds of other stuff, but you still have the bullet. Yeah. And you want to have some ladies in your life as you go through those tough days. The days that when you're washing dishes and also you start crying because he's not what you thought he was.
So how can I be that woman to be there for people?
Well, you can be that woman by accepting the phone calls and saying, listen, I'm going to be with you. I want you to call me when you're having some feelings and pain. I'm just going to check in with you once a week.
And
how
then
are
I'm
you
just
doing
going
with
to
that?
listen, and I'm
and
just
listen
going to validate.
here and validate what's going on with her, and encourage her.
We're not going to beat up her husband together.
No, just encourage her encourage her in the courage that she has. Okay. Encourage her in her strength. This takes a lot of courage to do this. It takes a lot of strength to do this. You're really a strong woman, and I honor that. Okay. That's how you can be that woman.
But what indicators then should she be looking for in her husband? Okay, her husband has violated her, and now she's like, okay, what indicators can I discover know, that he's progressing and moving,
That's a really good question, because you want to make sure you're not getting reoffended.
Right.
Okay, so you want to go ahead. Polygraph's a great idea. Doing intensive is a great idea. Him being in some kind of group or accountability is a great idea. If he's not around other men, be concerned. Okay. If he's not accountable for his time or his money, be concerned. If he's just telling you, trust me, be concerned.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it shouldn't be just trust me. He's like, measure me, evaluate, look what I'm doing. I'm doing these workbooks, I'm going to these classes, I'm seeing this pastor, I'm doing this counselor, there should be a list of behaviors that he can be measured by that show that he's doing something to protect himself, his family, his marriage, and his future.
And that's what she needs to feel safe.
Yes.
Because I remember for ourselves, it was very important. We had agreements.
Yes.
We had some very strong
boundaries,
very, very strong. And the whole thing is that out of my pain, I couldn't trust her.
Right.
But I could trust Lois, who was in our life.
Yes.
You see, and so as long as Lois was in her life, it was like I felt safe.
Safety.
Yeah.
You see, and so those were the indicators.
Yes.
And it's not that I needed to know everything. In fact, I didn't.
Right.
And I still to this day, and only what was necessary.
That's right. That's really helpful.
And that's why, to have godly men and godly women in our life, we walk together.
Yeah.
That's right.
Be the body. Be the body.
Yeah.
Well, Dr.
Good.
Doug's going to come. Well, I know. We're going to
So
help
good.
you, show you how to get a copy
So
of this,
happy
Helping
for
Her
you.
Heal. I know, it's
Yeah.
great. And we'll be back with Dr. Doug. He's going to help you to do what you need to do today, right after this.
My husband reached out to Dr. Doug and ordered the DVD, Helping Her Heal. I never thought anyone could understand my pain after betrayal. The practical steps in this teaching finally brought us through. This DVD is practical, and I recommend it to anyone who's experienced pain from porn and infidelity. Now we have hope.
Get your DVD of Helping Her Heal today. Order from our website or toll-free number. Your gift of $35 covers everything. The DVD, these 3 programs on CD and DVD, shipping right to your home. Plus, your donation is helping spread the word of God to thousands through My New Day.
A discovered missing piece can bring the resolve you've been longing for. Each day, we will write a devotional and email it directly to your inbox. Let's take it to a whole new level. Clarity, joy, and peace with a daily glimpse into today's program. Sign up online. Don't miss another golden nugget of truth capable of bringing the needed direction for your day. This is a free offer. Sign up today.
As our New Day family, we just want you to know how much we appreciate you. We love you. And we love getting letters and hearing from you, your emails. And Bob, this one came in from Fort McMurray, Alberta. And this couple just enclosed a check and said, will you please use this to help cover the financial needs to produce this very necessary work? Thank you so much for what each of you do. We are so encouraged when we receive a letter like this.
That's a $500 gift
I know.
right there. I mean, that's extravagant. And I really want to say thank you because we need people just like you to financially involve yourself with My New Day to help us with the production and airtime. To be here on this broadcast station costs us money.
Yes, it does. And we're so grateful for you. We never want you to feel any bit of manipulation.
No.
We just want you to feel love. And I just pray that as the Lord leads you to give, and every gift makes a difference. This was a really big gift, but every gift makes a difference.
So peace on you and prosperity to you, your family, and home.
Thank
in Jesus'
you,
name.
And grade him on each point and give him grades. So tomorrow he can tell me how he did.
Yeah.
Okay?
I love
Because if
that.
he's got all F's, I need to work with him.
Right.
If he's got an A, B, a C, and an A, okay, he's probably good to go.
Yeah.
But he needs to be able to validate the pain. If he can't validate the pain, when the game really happens, he won't be able to do it. He'll go into his own protection of protecting himself, making it about him, deflecting it, blaming her, or some other weird thing, shutting down. Oh, that's really helpful, right? And so...
Giving to New Day Ministries is simple and effective. Visit our website and navigate to the Give page. Select the gift amount. Enter who the gift is from, and finally, choose your method of payment. It's that simple. Be sure to check your email for instant confirmation of your online gift. Your generosity demonstrates care for others while providing extreme hope to thousands each day.
My husband reached out to Dr. Doug and ordered the DVD, Helping Her Heal. I never thought anyone could understand my pain after betrayal. The practical steps in this teaching finally brought us through. This DVD is practical, and I recommend it to anyone who's experienced pain from porn and infidelity. Now we have hope.
Get your DVD of Helping Her Heal today. Order from our website or toll-free number. Your gift of $35 covers everything. The DVD, these 3 programs on CD and DVD, shipping right to your home. Plus, your donation is helping spread the word of God to thousands through My New Day.
Doug has helped us so much to be able to recognize this path of healing. And where there's a plan, there does come power. And you're able then to understand, hey, this will be a journey, but we're going to do it together.
That's right.
And I can, with absolute confidence, speak to you that you're better together than you are apart. And I don't want to minimize in any form the pain and the struggle, the imaginations, the anger. I don't want to minimize that whatsoever, but recognize today you're seeing that, hey, this is a part of the journey and there's hope. Because you will journey to a place of wholeness where, sadness will be replaced with joy once again. So today, to help us bring conclusion and practical application for today's program, I've asked Dr. Weiss to help us, with what we can begin right now.
Well, first of all, I want to talk to the person who's been hurt.
Okay.
If you're the person who's been hurt, first of all, it's real. Your pain's real, your trauma's real, the anger's real, the fear, the thoughts that Bob talked about, the imaginations during intimacy, all that stuff, all that noise is valid, and you're going to experience that process. And so give yourself permission, is my tip. Give yourself permission to feel. Give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to ask for help for someone of the same gender. So if you're a woman, talk to a woman about what's going on. Your spouse can be of some help, but really talk to another woman. Now, if you're the offending person, here's my tip for you. Be patient. And in the next show, I'm going to walk through 6 points you need to write down because you're going to need to survive this and help them heal. And if you do that, it can really be helpful. But if you're deciding to be impatient, it's still all about you, that has to stop. This is not about you now. It was all about you when you were doing the offending behavior. Now it's all about them. And show up and be patient and be gentle.
Wow. Doug, thanks so much.
Sure.
The series, Helping Her Heal, available from us here at New Day Ministries. I'd also encourage you to visit Dr. Doug's website, Heart to Heart Counseling Center. And I have one more thing I'd like to show you, and it's way cool. On here on my phone, I have I'm going to find it right now. Right there it is. This is Dr. Doug's Tips.
Oh, okay.
There's an app for that. Okay? And I encourage you. This is a free download, and there are daily words of encouragement in so many categories of your journey to wholeness that will just, daily give you some real helpful tips and advice and wisdom as you journey along. So I encourage you to do that. Doug shared that with me, and I've been looking at it. It's just excellent.
I
just
love
so
it.
Excellent.
We
Thank you,
really
Doug.
love you. We're praying for you. We're believing the best for you. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow. For Dr. Doug Weiss will be back to continue, and we're going to take some notes. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.